One op 4 remaining.
How's it going? This is GRMP, and on this one we're going to figure out how to die less often. Most of my videos are composed of successful clutches or outcomes, and if that doesn't happen, typically I'll cut the clips to stick with the action if we die or lose. This helps to make me look more skilled than I actually am, and obviously is more entertaining to see wins and kills instead of just death after death. So today we're not going to cut out the bad ending and try to figure out what I could have done differently to survive or win in a given scenario. We're going to try to disregard the rest of the team because it won't help us to blame everyone else. We're also going to try to avoid early round aspects like operator selection, setup, approach, and so on. We might touch on these subjects because they're obviously factors, but I really want to go about this from the mindset of I put myself in that immediate situation, and now what was the better play? I'll try not to comment too much during the clip so we can talk about it at the end, but you know how I am. So let's get into it, and we'll start with the simple and short one. So I was battling Echo for a bit, and I was trying to take some of the attention off of my team since they were all pushing from the same direction. So after the pick, there was an option to leave and help them push yellow stairs, but I think the easiest choice would have been to just use my smoke to cut off the angles. I was too impatient and wanted to take the room right after Echo died, which made me forget that Bandit had already shot at me from the same spot he got the kill. Even if he wasn't there, I had 3 angles to worry about, and my natural reaction should have been to cut at least one of them off.
Hallway.
Oh, it's just the two of us?
Yeah. 15 seconds.
Go ahead and plant.
Planting. He's right on the bomb, though.
10 seconds left. Diffuser is online and active.
So this is another ridiculous one. I clear A site for the most part, or at least enough to plant the diffuser. As I'm planting the diffuser, I'm not taking any fire from defenders, and yet as soon as it's planted, I stand up to expose myself to multiple angles and immediately get killed. We don't know what each of the ops are, maybe they have a pulse, so it's a good choice to not stay still, but I should have at least kept the crouch position and re-cleared the area safely, only exposing myself to one angle at a time, then try to reposition to a safer spot to defend the diffuser. It would be easy to say, hey, don't stand, and you wouldn't have died, but I think this is a bigger issue of needing to control my adrenaline, which clearly clouded my judgment and compelled me to jump up for no reason. Towards couch.
I'm watching Jesus, someone watch black stairs.
Diffuser is active.
Could be a pulse below, okay.
Pulse below.
Dude.
Diffusing. Look at T. That's one T.
On this one, I see that my team was able to take control of T-Room, and I start going that way. One of them makes a call out to watch black stairs, which makes sense because they're holding an angle on Geisha, but I think it was my positioning that could have been better, at least at that point. I think I should have taken black stairs, which could have made me aware of the pulse on first floor, and a little pressure on him might have prevented the C4 on my team. If I didn't hear the pulse from black stairs, the angle on the hallway and the diffuser from the top of the stairs could have prevented the 1v4 situation in a small room. That simple positional change holding the top of black stairs instead of just watching it would have done the job of cutting off rotation and giving me more information and more options. So beyond that, getting back to what actually happened, after I took out the first 2 defenders and ended up on the diffuser, I should have slowed down. Instead of jumping out to meet them with extra aggression, I should have used my last flash and the cover of the cubby to my advantage. Those 2 resources would have definitely changed the outcome. The flash would have at least distracted Jaeger, and the cubby would have only exposed my head to south door of T-Room, which is where Frost entered and took me out.
That's one T. T.
So this will be the last one, and I'm going to be honest that I did not want to put this one in. This one was the intro, and I had so many excuses like I never play secure or that it was late and I only had 4 hours of sleep, but ultimately at the end I looked like a bot or that I was AFK. I was thinking that Dokkaebi was going to try to take out the Lesion mine that stuck her when she first entered the room. I knew that if she pushed to my left, she would have to hit another mine before she could get an angle on me. I thought she would hit the Lesion mine on my right before she could push up as close as she did when she got the kill, and I was nonsensically trying to hear footsteps over the loud in-game tones. I was trying to make it easier to hear left and right noise propagation to get a better idea of where she was pushing up. This is why you see me staring blankly at the shelf when I die. I shouldn't have relied so heavily on my mines, I shouldn't have been trying to hear her footsteps when I couldn't hear anything over the in-game tones, and I should have just changed my position to a better spot. Getting behind the fax machine would have given me cover and an angle on all of the shelves. Doak would have continued taking damage from the original Legion mine and could have only pushed me from between the last 2 shelves without hitting another mine. I had one left which would have really boxed her in, and her low health would have made it a much likelier kill. I know that making decisions in retrospect after you have all of the information can be questionable, but we're looking for common issues that have general solutions that don't require you to know the exact outcome for it to work. Like for most of my deaths on these clips, apart from getting too excited, were a result of forgetting to use my utility and having bad positioning. Alright, I think that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video.